Well, Kara Lawson, thank you so much for having us. It's a pleasure to meet you. So you're here in Paris for the first official game of the NCAA season, opening against Baylor on Monday night. What are you expecting from this game and also for this season with this team?
I think it'll be a challenging game. Baylor's a very good team, very experienced, very athletic. So I think they present many challenges for our team. I think it'll be a competitive game. I think it's two of the top teams in the NCAA. And our team is very much looking forward to the competition. As far as our group this season, what I hope we become, what I hope we do is I hope we reach our potential. We have a talented group of players. We have a good balance of youth and experience. I think we will be a good team defensively and a good team offensively. I think we'll be very balanced. So there's a lot of talent on our team. It's on all of us, but mostly me, to make sure that that talent reaches its potential, and not only reaches its potential, but blends well together. I think to be a great team, you have to be connected and you have to blend your talents with your teammates.
So you graduated from the University of Tennessee, coached by the great and late Pat Summitt. Now you're yourself a coach of a prestigious university. Do you sometimes think back of what she was as a coach to you? And do you have stuff that stuck with you from that time? Yes.
I have taken a lot from my college coach, Pat Summitt. Foundationally, our values of our program at Duke come from my college time at Tennessee and come from her. She's my biggest influence as a coach. My parents are my biggest influence as a human, but Coach Summitt's my biggest influence as a coach. How she challenged her players, how she loved her players, how she inspired them, how she motivated them. All of that is kind of baked into how I am. Now, I am not her. She is one of the greatest of all time, but I think I've taken a lot from playing for her and try to apply that here at Duke.
Yeah, we saw a lot of your motivational speeches that became kind of famous. Do you think it also comes from her, but also you made it your way here at Duke?
I think there's a mix of all of my experiences in there. I think she's such an influential part of my life, Coach Summitt, that there are pieces of her. I think people can see threads of her when I speak, but I also think there's other influences as well. One of the things that I'm very thankful for, when I got to college, when I got to university, I was very shy and introverted, quiet, off the court. On the court, I think I did a pretty good job communicating. And my coach, she saw this, that this was a weakness of mine. This was something that I needed to improve. And she challenged me to improve in communication. And she used to make me go to press conferences. She used to make me go to interviews. She made me take a public speaking course, class at university to learn to speak better. And all of these lessons over time created someone that is a good communicator. So now, as a coach, I believe communication is one of my greatest strengths. But that only happened because when I was young, she made me do that. You know, think about when you're young, your parents made you do something that you didn't like, but down the road, it paid off. Like, it makes sense now when you're older. So I'm grateful to her because I can say, yeah, probably those speeches don't happen without the influence of Coach Summitt.
Is it a dream or a willingness to one day coach the University of Tennessee?
I really love being at Duke. You know, I've loved being at Duke, and one of the things that I'm very mindful of is when you go along in your life, what's very precious and very important is understanding and valuing the people that give you your first opportunity. So I'm sure in your life there were people along the way that gave you an opportunity before someone else did. And you should be very grateful to that and loyal to that. My first opportunity in 5-on-5 coaching came from the Boston Celtics in the NBA. Brad Stevens gave me that opportunity. Anybody could have given me that opportunity. Anybody could have called me, but he was the first one to call me. There's a lot of universities in the US, but Duke University was the first university to believe in me as a head coach, as I was assistant coach in Boston. That's special. And so I'm very, very appreciative of what Duke has done for me. And I'm very appreciative of what Duke has given me, which is an opportunity to lead a program. And I will never take that for granted.
Well, after college, after graduation in college, you played in the WNBA. You became a champion in 2005 with the Sacramento Monarchs. We are at a turning point right now in the WNBA with a new CBA expecting. What are your thoughts on this particular turning point for the league?
I think it's an important inflection point in league history, there's no doubt. I don't know the particulars of the negotiations because I'm not in those rooms, but what I do know is that the exploding popularity and revenue and sponsorships that's happening, TV ratings across the sport in our country is amazing. And so I am happy for that. And to see us expanding, the WNBA expanding teams. I was a part of the league when they were shrinking teams. You know, we had too many teams, they said, and so they were cutting teams. The number was going down, and now to see the number going back up and the interest of teams being added. I mean, 2 teams next year, 3 more teams by 2030. What an amazing time to be in women's basketball. And you see the revenues going up. So I am optimistic that both sides will come to an agreement, but I am thrilled of where we are right now as a sport in our country.
You were the first woman to work as a nationwide broadcast analyst for an NBA game in 2007. That was after you played in the WNBA. You were just calling games during the summer. So you are a part of the media in the US. What these experiences have kind of give you for your coaching experience?
Well, so much of what we do as coaches is in a public forum. You know, like my 2 sisters are teachers, okay? They go to work every day and they have a hard job to teach young people, but their job is not on television. So nobody watches them teach every day, right? And our job as coaches in the US is on television, right? All of our games, we go to work, they're on television. And you have to speak in the media and you're on the media. So that's what I think being in the media has helped prepared me to be on this platform and be on this stage and be able to represent Duke well, be able to represent, if I'm with the US well, be able to represent my family well. I think that's important.
You brought up the US. Mm-hmm. In September, you were named head coach of Team USA. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the process? Did you know before it became public? If not, how did you get the news? Where were you? How was it like?
I did know before the public knew. I got the news from Sue Bird, who's the managing director of the U.S. Women's National Team. She gave me a call. I was in the airport, actually. I was in the Atlanta airport, and I was traveling to go watch a player practice, recruiting for Duke, and I got the phone call. I was walking to my gate, my phone rang, and I got the call right in the middle of the airport. I didn't have time to call anyone else except my mom because we were going to take off and the phone was getting ready to shut off. So I called my mom, I took off, and then when I landed at my destination, I called my sisters and told them.
Was it a dream? Was it a goal?
Absolutely, it was a goal. When I got into coaching, that was one of the first goals that I set. I know that's a big goal to set when you're first starting out, but I've always been a big goal setter. I wanted to eventually become the head coach of the U.S. Women's National Team, and I worked diligently toward that and very grateful to have the opportunity.
So what are your goals for this team? Your mandate's going to be from 2025 to 2028. Mm-hmm. What is something that you as Coach Lawson want to implement into this group?
Well, I think I want to carry on more than implement. I think the program has been in good hands for a couple decades when you look at the success. And it's you know, one of the most successful teams in Olympic history. And you look at all the players and all the coaches that have come through. So the competitiveness, I want to be there in practices, in trainings, and also in games. And our goal is to win. And there's a lot of countries capable of winning gold. We'll start with the World Cup in Berlin next year. That's my focus, even though everyone loves to talk about the Olympics in Los Angeles because it's our home country. My focus is on Berlin next year and trying to find the 12 players that are going to represent us.
You talked about right now about this huge domination of the US on the international stage. Well, talking about the Olympic Games, you guys are aiming to the 9th straight gold medal. It's huge. Is there any pressure, or you're just taking it as it goes?
I think there's definitely pressure. There's always pressure when there's competition, especially if you care about result, if you care about winning or losing. If you don't care about winning and losing, there's no pressure, right? You go play the game, who cares? But if you care, yeah, there's pressure. Every tournament that we play, we're expected to win. Good. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard. There's supposed to be pressure. We understand that, and you have to embrace it, and you have to just go for it. And it's hard to win these tournaments. It's not easy. Sometimes I think people think because the US has won so many in a row, like you just show up and win, and that's not how it works. Anyone that watched the Olympics last year, it's difficult. It's difficult to win. That's what makes it very special when you do, because you know how hard it is to win a gold medal.
This interview is just flowing because I'm talking about the final of the Paris Olympic Games at home, super close to upset Team USA for France. 67-66 was the final score. We all remember that Gabby Williams long two and just Stewie pointing at the line, making sure that we all know that it's a 2 and not a 3. What are your thoughts on France and their level they're playing right now?
Yeah, France is one of the best teams in the world. They have one of the deepest talent pools in the world. They have incredible experienced players. They have phenomenal young players. Their young players are amazing. Malonga, Lacan, Leite, Salan. I mean, just you go on down the list of terrific players. Obviously, Gabby, Marine. I mean, there's so many good. Fatou. There's so many good players. Ayayi. I mean, there's so many. They have everything. They have scoring, they have defense, they have athleticism, they have skill. So definitely one of the top teams in the world and very capable of winning the World Cup and the Olympics. Do
you even sometimes as a coach Duke trying to recruit here, or you just focus on the US?
We do. We recruit internationally. There hasn't been a ton of top French talent that has gone to play in the US for university. A lot of the top French talent plays pro very young. So not to say we don't recruit here, we would love to have some of the top French talent come to the US to university, but their pathway in the past has been just going straight to the professional league here in France. If that changes in the future, yeah, they should definitely call me because there's a lot of good young players in France for sure.
Well, last question. So you are going to be the head coach for the Team USA at the 2028 LA Olympic Games. 20 years after you won your Olympic gold medal in Beijing. What a full circle moment. What are your thoughts on that?
Excited to lead a team, to be the head coach for the national team. I think anyone, no matter what country you live in, to say those words, like I'm the head coach of my country's national team, is just a powerful phrase, you know, to say that. And then to do so in a home Olympics. I'm sure all of the French coaches last summer and all of the French athletes felt something really special about not just being Olympians, but competing in front of French fans in Paris. Our American athletes will feel the same way in Los Angeles, and it is an amazing, amazing opportunity. And the last time the Olympics were in Los Angeles was 1984. And the coach of the women's basketball team in 1984 was Pat Summitt. And so that's another full circle moment for me to lead this team, the American team, out onto the floor in LA. And the last coach to lead an American team out on the floor in LA was my college coach, my mentor. Wow, what an incredible moment.
Coach Lawson, you went through college, played in the WNBA, went through media, coaching the NCAA, now coaching a head coach of a national team. You've been around almost every aspect of the game. Do you see it as a strength for just you as a person, you as a human, but also you as a coach?
I try to use the experiential wisdom that I've gained from being involved in different parts of the game, and I use that to guide me. Whether it might be a big game, maybe it's a championship game, maybe it's a gold medal game. I know what that feels like as a player, you know? I know what that feels like as an assistant coach. I know what that feels like as a head coach when I was coaching 3-on-3. So that experience, I think, settles you, and I think it allows you to focus on what you need to do to be successful instead of worried about the pressure and the stress of it, because you've been there before. And that feels comforting when you've been places before. When you get there again, you say, okay, I've got to focus on these things, and that's going to put me in the best position to succeed.
Well, thank you again for having us. It was a great interview.
Thank you.
Have a good game, good luck for it, and you're more than welcome back in Paris.
Merci beaucoup.